Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to put this on broil real quick. Okay? I'll show you why. I need a little pan.
Mm-hmm.
I need a little pan put some that'll go in the oven real quick.
Oh, she's done.
No. Just like a little bowl or something. Baking pan.
Baking pan?
Yeah, something I can bake on. No, not bake on. No, just like a little round glass pan or something.
Like this?
Yeah. So we're gonna put a little bit of water in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Need a little bit of salt. We're gonna salt that in there. A little bit of olive oil, and then this liquid smoke.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna put this in and start letting it to boil. Okay. All right. Now, we'll put that there. And what the purpose of this is because we don't really have the wood burning stove yet, but we're gonna make a wood fired pizza in a regular oven. Okay. And we do that by simulating the smoke flavor by using a hickory type of liquid smoke. Okay. All right. So we'll get this up, and then we'll go ahead and start. Don't put a pause. No, you're good. Just keep going. Okay.
So what are the stuffs that you're gonna need? That's good.
What are we doing? What?
This one.
Out of the way? Okay. I want you to smell in there just for a second.
Oh, it's mine.
You smell it.
Already.
We're gonna let it smoke up a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and use some fresh mozzarella. Fresh mozz is always the way to go, unless you want to make some of your own. You can make your own mozzarella from some cheese curd and then there's some nice recipes online, or you can find it at our website. Uncured pepperoni. Now we all know the regular pepperoni that they use in restaurants is a cured pepperoni, but uncured pepperoni is going to give you a better flavor for your pizza. We're going to use some pancetta, very excellent type of bacon. We're going to use some real bacon that we're going to go ahead and put in to pre-cook a little bit. So we do need one of those pans. Can you set up some bacon to put in there to pre-cook?
Mm-hmm.
Now I learned something neat the other day, is that you can actually take bacon and put it in water and you can cook it down. So we're going to try that today. So do you have a deeper pan, by chance?
That's gonna be fine with a little bit of water.
Okay. And we're gonna place the bacon in, and then we're gonna put a little bit of water on top of it.
That will give the crisp.
Yeah, it'll make it a crisp type bacon. Whenever you're making a pizza and using bacon, you always want to use crisp bacon. You don't want to use anything else. And then we're going to use some mild Italian sausage and a little bit of hamburger. And all this is going to be used for our meat pizza. The other pizza that we're making, where you still have some whole garlic, don't you?
No more. I just throw it away.
Ooh.
Is it the roasted?
Yeah.
I have the roasted right here on my olive oil.
Okay, so we're going to make some chicken bacon ranch. Another chicken bacon ranch sauce. Simple recipe. We're going to use some mozzarella cheese for the base instead of a tomato sauce. We made our own tomato sauce today. Very easy to make, and like I said before, it tastes really good. And it's a can of crushed tomatoes, some salt, a little bit of pepper, and some garlic paste. Now the garlic's already been pre-smoked. We're going to take that, we're going to, after the initial shock, we're going to turn this down to about 415 to 425 and put the bacon in. Once the water starts to boil, it's going to create a smoky flavor inside there. And we're going to go on hold for a little bit here, and you come back, and we are going to. We need this stuff to cook down, Tommy.
No.
We're going to edit this later on, right? Okay. So,
What?
we're editing this later on, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just keep it going.
Well, we're on kind of on a holding pattern right now until we're ready to bust up stuff.
Yeah, I'm setting up, love.
Okay. We're just running. You want to talk?
So I always use in my sauce. I always use crushed tomatoes. Crushed tomatoes make the sauce or break the sauce.
Hello, Rebecca.
We have people online already?
Yeah. People are already watching.
You gotta be kidding me.
No. We're just doing what we're doing, right?
I don't know, but this isn't the final product, is it?
No.
All
I can edit this all later. We're just having fun.
Yeah.
Can you put my
Is
spices?
there oil on this already?
Yeah. My spices over here, so that has a room on that side.
So we want to move our dough out a little bit.
Low stuff.
Say hello, Becky.
Hi Becky, how you doing? Hope you're enjoying. We're making some homemade pizza. Now what I've done, Becky, is we've added some liquid smoke to some water in the oven, and we're going to try to infuse some sort of a smoky flavor so that the pizza will actually come out tasting like a brick oven pizza. Now I was just recently up in the north of Ocean Shores in Ocean City, and they had a wood fire pizza oven there, and the owner was actually using a wood fire brick oven, okay, but he was heating it with oil, with propane. Now, he didn't have any wood in it. He didn't have any smoky liquid smoke. He had nothing going on in there. And I tried to talk to the owner and try to say, hey, it's a shame that you don't have any smoky flavor to the pizza. And he got all pissy with me and tried to tell me that I didn't know what I was talking about. And I've been making pizza my entire life. You know, I used to work at a place called Carboni's out of Las Vegas. The original cheese over pizza. And these are going to be about 9.5, 10-inch pizzas. What it looks like we're going to make. You can do the knuckle method. You can throw the pizza dough around if you want. You can use the inside of the hand to stretch the dough out. Dough didn't set up too long. We only had it up for a couple hours. One thing I like to do with my dough is after I've mixed my dough ball, I like to make individual dough balls and put it in the refrigerator overnight. I do that quite often. And you see how it'll open up for you quite a bit if you just run it in a circle. These are more about the size of, we want to do thin crust. Another way that you can do this, I've done this quite successfully in my restaurants before, is if you need to thin that out, which I always do. I always like the thin crust pizzas. You just got to play with that dough and make it work for you. And we can come back and close up that hole a little bit there. Who's on there now, Tommy?
Huh?
Anybody else on there?
No, I guess. You go on. You.
Keep on moving that dough out. You don't want the dough too thick, and I've seen these pizza making companies that they put cheese in the edge of the dough. Sacrilegious to me, but they still do it. Or they'll use a mechanical roller of some kind. Again, sacrilegious.
Now,
Yeah.
look. Look was watching.
Coco.
We're going to bring the edge, we're going to bring the dough all the way to the edge here. We're going to try to make a ridge on the crust to hold down all the ingredients in. So we're coming up on that pretty good here. You just have to keep on spreading that dough out.
We smell it. With the liquid smoke.
Yeah. We're starting to get a little bit of flavor on that liquid smoke. And so at the end here, I'm just going to pinch off the top of the pizza. Kind of make a little ridge. Bring some of that dough in. Fill in any of your holes that you may have. Turn that dough back over. And it makes it easier to fill those holes in. I love a good homemade pizza, I'll tell you that much. Go ahead and spray that, get some oil on here real quick.
More oil.
Yeah, put some oil on that. We're using some olive oil here on our pizza pan. We used to make up some homemade pizza all the time as my kids were growing up. I used to have this little round pizza cooker. It used to work pretty good. When we'd have the kids over to make some, like the volleyball teams or the baseball teams would come over, and I would have a pizza show, and I'd make pizzas for them all. Everything was homemade. We'd make the dough ourselves. And then the dough, I told you earlier, was pretty easy to make. 3 cups of flour, tablespoon of salt or a teaspoon of salt, depending on what your taste profile is. And how much cholesterol you got. Tablespoon of oil and a package of yeast. 1 cup of warm water.
What's up, Anxiety? Thank you for the compliment. This is my dad.
How you doing? Who is
This
this?
is Anxiety.
Anxiety, huh?
No?
You cannot eat heavy stuff.
You want to start cutting up the pancetta and the. Oh, we should check the bacon. So it's a little bit more. How's that smell, huh?
I'm smelling.
So what we did basically is we took a little bit of liquid smoke and some water and put it into the oven. And what it's doing is infusing a smoky smell in there. So what we're basically doing is we're making a wood-fired pizza inside of an oven inside of a house. Actually inside of an apartment in Seattle. So this probably will do it. We're just making ourselves a nice little pizza dough here. You can spin the pan around, move the outside edges of that pizza dough. It's not going to get any better than this, I don't think. So, we'll go ahead and cut this up, open this up, open that up, and open up the hamburger. We're going to make our meat pizza first.
What do you want to conceal?
Into little, just little pieces. As you can see, the pizza does turn out really good. Did we have parsley?
The dried one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we need that out too.
Okay. Love?
What?
Can you get the dried pork and my spicy?
Put on here.
Mm.
Parsley. Basil. No. There's no time for time. No parsley.
Second.
Oh. Look at that.
It's a messy, don't say.
It's so awesome.
It's messy.
It's alright. When you get married to someone who's slightly OCD, you have an entire drawer of spices. That's Italian. That's smoked paprika. Parsley.
Okay.
It's flaky.
Yeah. So
Might be here 1 minute.
fresh
gone the next.
parsley is always better, but we do with what we have. Okay. So how's that bacon look? All right. Let's take a piece of that bacon out and slice it up real quick. Put it back in and let it finish cooking. But take two slices and slice it up.
Oh, wait.
All right, put that back in there. All right, so now we're gonna put together our meat pizza. So, do you have a label?
Yeah. It's ready here.
All right. Show you an old trick that I was taught, real quick. Take a spoonful of sauce and you put it in the middle like this. You want to film this, Tommy? Spoonful of sauce like that, and you simply just go in a circle as far as you want it, right? And that is how you make pizza sauce onto a pizza. Okay? So next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some of our cheese. Congratulations, abuela. Now, as I said before, always fresh mozz. All right, we're just going to place that around like this in a circle. How's that look, huh? All right.
Looks cheesy.
It's going to be cheesy. Pepperoni. So, pepperoni, you deal like chips. Simply, it's like this. Okay? Now, before I put anything else on here, I want to put some parsley on here, okay? Alright. Pancetta. Nice little bacon flavored pancetta. Not too crazy on this, just a few pieces on here. Make yourself, make it sizzle just a little bit when it comes out. Some bacon. Offset the pancetta a little bit. Hamburger, is this hamburger?
This is the hamburger.
No, that's chicken. Did you cut that up?
Not yet.
Oh, no, that's for the chicken bacon ranch.
What's up, baby bunny?
And grab the sausage and open up the sausage. Give me a little bit.
Welcome in. Hope you enjoy watching some good pizza making. We got Pops in town. Got the sous chef, my wife.
And I used a 90-10 burger, right? You roll it up, put it in your hand, like this, and we're just simply going to pinch off pieces. Just pinch it off with your finger like this. Now, these fast techniques will help you out, especially if you got a large audience that you're working with, right? And equally distributed around. And there's your meat. Do the same thing with some sausage. So we got some nice mild Italian sausage here. Now, because our second pizza is a chicken bacon ranch, we're going to use about half as much mozzarella on that as we would do on this pizza. We're going to put a few pieces of mozzarella on top of this to kind of blend it in.
Love, can you open this, love?
What are we doing? The mozz?
Uh-huh.
Son of a bitch.
Did you?
Yeah. With this mozzarella, we're just going to simply, it's all right. We're just simply going to tear it apart and put it on top. And this is just going to be a little top layer of cheese, your extra cheese, as you might want to say, on top of the pizza. And you can also put some Parmesan, some fresh shaved Parmesan. One interesting thing about Parmesan cheese, it only comes from one place. And if it doesn't come from that place, it's not real Parmesan. And that's from Parma, Italy. They're the only place. Cheese from that location is the only place that you can actually have Parmesan. So here's our finished pizza. At this point, because I didn't go to the edge, what I want to do is I want to bring up the edges just a little bit. Okay. Now there's going to be a little bit of grease coming off of some of the meats in here, but you can see that.
Can you put this burger to another like this one?
So we're going to make that. There's your starting of the pizza. What I like to do is I like to put just a little bit of garlic pepper or garlic salt in there. Have any of that?
Garlic.
Or
Garlic powder? No, it's on the shelf. Right there, behind the vinegar. And that's a garlic olive oil too if you want that.
This is just garlic. It's not garlic powder. Oh.
granulated California garlic is what we use. Just for a little garlic flavor. And again, a little bit more parsley. I prefer the fresh, but the store that I went to, they didn't have any fresh. It seems to me that some of the important ingredients that we always like to use, they don't have them anymore. So, oven's at 425. We're going to take out the bacon.
Right here.
Now, where's the... Did you see my liquid smoke? Now, before we actually put the pizza in the oven, I'm going to take a little more liquid smoke and put it into the pan. Right? And as a pizza cooks, it's going to add just that little bit of extra layer of smokiness. Okay? 415, 425 at about 10-15 minutes. And we'll start putting together the chicken bacon ranch. Oil up the pan real good. Now one thing that this actual pizza dough is going to have over the last pizza dough, it's been sitting on top of a warm oven, so it's going to be a little bit easier to spread out. And we should be able to do it rather quickly. And as you can see, it seems to be working really well. You can really smell that smoky flavor coming through real quick. What do you think?
Smelling fantastic. Smelling actually really good.
Now, one person always told me if you're going to make a pizza, you make it right. And I'm a firm believer in making a pizza right. So always smooth edge up, right? Would you open the ranch dressing for me? Now, we're just going to take a smattering of the red sauce here, just a smattering, and we'll use our hand to spread that around a little bit. Now, this is just a simple base. Now, you can also use a little bit of olive oil on here, but we're just doing a simple base. So, we're going to go ahead and take some ranch dressing. This is the ranch part of the chicken bacon ranch, and I need a spoon or something to spread that with me. Okay. You know, we'll simply do the same thing that I did before in a circle to spread it out. Okay, and then we're going to take the chicken. So, chicken, make sure that it's cut. Now, I pre-seasoned this chicken kind of in a barbecue fashion, because of course we're using the smokiness and barbecue, and it all works out really good in the end. All comes out in the end too. Little bathroom humor there, never hurts anybody.
Ha ha ha. We've got 3 people watching.
Good.
We're gonna get popular. We're gonna make a lot of food, guys. Ooh, look at that. Just sitting in the ranch.
So, bacon, we're
need
going
to
to chop
do
it
one?
up.
I'll just gonna.
Well, let's go ahead and cut this up.
Here.
Preheat it a little bit on the bacon. Applewood, I always use applewood bacon. I'm using a mesquite flavor inside the oven. A little bit of parsley. And the rest of the chorizo.
Chorizo?
And this is your chicken bacon ranch pizza, ready to go into the oven. Oh, got cheese.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Now this cheese actually goes on top. Break it up. Like I said, we're not going to use as much cheese as we do on the other pizza. The other pizzas are conglomeration. This one is more a finesse, flavor type pizza. More of a specialty type pizza.
Is that Kiki?
Mhm.
Where's she at?
And then there you go, a chicken bacon ranch pizza. And it goes sliding in the oven. You notice that the water, I wish you'd bring this over here. And what I've done is I placed some liquid smoke in a pan and water, and it's boiling, producing a smoky flavor in there. You see the other pizza now is cooking up really nice. See that? You can actually smell it cooking. You can smell it's baking really nice. And we'll wait 10 minutes or so, and we'll have some pizza for you. I love me some good fresh mozzarella.
Is this pepperoni?
Mm-hmm.
It's not good though. But it's pepperoni. It's good for sandwiches and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You got 4 lovely people watching this. What inspires you to cook?
Calms me down. Stress of life. You know, I'm a medical practitioner, and you get very stressed with doing your job, and towards the end, I like to come home. I like to relax. Cooking always helps me relax. Like I said, when the kids were all younger, I used to have all their friends come over, and we would cook pizza, we had taco night, burrito night, whatever. And I would always make everything from scratch, and everybody would say, well, why do you do it from scratch? I said, because it tastes better. Well, those kids would come over year after year after year, and month after month after month, and I'd make them pizza, and it'd always be from scratch. I'd make my own dough the night before, put it in the refrigerator, and again, I'll repeat the amount. You got 3 cups of flour, a teaspoon to a tablespoon of salt, 1 cup of warm water. In the warm water, you add a package of yeast. Add the water to the flour, and then you're going to add a tablespoon of oil, and you're going to mix that up real good. When it's done, you're going to coat your dough ball with olive oil and let it rise for about an hour. It's always good if you have a warm oven to help it rise on. That way that it'll get all nice and fluffy. You saw how easy it was for that second pizza dough for me to move out instead of the first one. Because by the time that I got to it, the pizza doughs were actually cold. So for the pizza sauce, it's a can of or your own crushed tomatoes that you can make from your own tomatoes. I suggest Roma tomatoes if you're going to do it. Boil them, peel them, crush them. We're using some pancetta. We're using some hamburger. We're using some chicken that I soaked overnight in brine, and some barbecue sauce. We're using some fresh Italian sausage and some uncured pepperoni to make the best type of pizza. And they're cooking up really nice for us right now, and you can actually smell the hickory flavor being infused into the pizza.
Why is uncured better?
Uncured it's just the way it cooks. I mean, they like to use cured pepperoni, but the uncured pepperoni just actually infuses a little more of that pepperoni flavor into the pizza itself, because you're going to have some melt off.
Keep going. Keep going. You're entertaining people.
My dad used to cook for me in the kitchen, and pizza was one of the things that he would make. He taught me how to make the bread dough. He taught me how to make the sauce. He taught me how to make preparations. Today I went and I bought a lot of my stuff at the thing, but I can tell you what, I've made my own before, and if you can make your own, from burger to sausage to chicken, and pre-season it, I think we'll like those pizzas better. Everything from scratch, if you can, will give you that je ne sais quoi, the flavor that you need to really give that pop to your friends. That's why I'm using liquid smoke in the water today, to give that little pop to my friends, to have them actually get a little more of the feeling Do you have any questions for me out there?
What's your favorite thing to cook?
My favorite thing to cook is chicken shit. Chicken shit is really easy. We use it on the trails down in Idaho. I take some hunters out. We cook chicken shit. And chicken shit is basically 2 chicken breasts, at the bottom of a Dutch oven pan. Salt and pepper to taste. Add a couple white wine along with some a can of, believe it or not, chicken and mushroom soup. Some fresh mushrooms. I like to use some chanterelles or some other type of classic mushroom, not your run-of-the-mill white mushroom from the thing. Although you can use that. Then I'll put a cup of shredded cheese in there, usually mozzarella, provolone, or Swiss, depending on what flavor profile you're going for. Now at this point, you can do one of two things. You can, if you're using Swiss cheese, you can make a chicken shit chicken cordon bleu by adding a layer of ham on top of it, and on top of that, you're gonna place a package of breadcrumbs or stuffing mix, a little bit of butter, 350 for an hour, and you got yourself some good chicken shit. My favorite meal. It's a quickie. It's a good one. Pizza's getting there, bud.
Why is pizza the meal that you like to make homemade so much? What puts pizza above everything else?
Because it's that type of dish that appeals to a lot of people. You can take a piece of flatbread, run some tomato sauce on it, pepperoni with some mozzarella cheese, and you got yourself a flatbread pizza. Or you can do it my way, and you can still make a pizza that everybody can sit down at the table and enjoy. It provides smiles. Everything from what comes out of the oven, the making of pizza. I remember as a kid going into some pizza restaurants and watching people flip the pizza dough in the air. And it's entertainment. You watch the person make it. You watch it go in the oven. I like brick oven pizza, wood-fired pizza. They're some of the best pizza out there. And when you put that pizza in front of that person and you see them smile and you see the look on their face, it always gives you as a cook a good feeling inside that you created something that people like.
What's the best pizza you've ever eaten?
Outside of my own,
Yep. Outside of your own, what's the best pizza you've ever had?
Carboni's pizza.
That's in Las Vegas?
Yeah,
Why is it the best?
because it's the way they make it.
Okay. Expand on that.
Well, they use only fresh ingredients. Everything is made almost in the manner of, so all the ingredients go down underneath and all the cheese goes on top in a layered slice type mozzarella cheese. Problem with the Carbonis, they had very little profit margin and they ended up closing, but the pizza was outstanding. 500-degree ovens, regular pizza ovens, and he did the same thing with liquid smoke. So you'd get a pizza coming out, and what you would see is cheese, and then you would cut into the pizza, and inside the pizza was the burger or the sausage or the pepperoni and then the cheese, and you would cut into it and you would just almost like a calzone except it wasn't on top. The breading wasn't on top. It was cheese on top, and cheese made the top of the calzone, and so everything on the inside just cooked up really good. I like that Carboni's pizza. It's probably the best pizza in the world. Like I said, they're closed now. So sorry, people of Las Vegas, you don't get to enjoy it. Probably some Finelli's here in Washington. They make a wood-fired pizza. They do a good job. Some of the best pizzas that I've ever had that's wood-fired pizza are out of breweries. So if you ever go to a brewery, I invite you, please check out their pizza menu. A lot of those breweries, they have the wood-fired ovens, and if they're using mesquite or an apple wood, each type of pizza will have a different flavor profile. We're gonna take this one pizza out. We're gonna check underneath and see if it's finished on the bottom.
They're loving you talk. They're loving your explanations.
So, one thing you want to always do is you want to make sure that the bottom of the pizza
Here. Go take the pizza to that.
is done. This one's not quite there yet. The top of the pizza is looking really good. We're gonna put this back down a little bit more, just for a few more minutes. We're gonna check the chicken bacon ranch. So this is our chicken bacon ranch. It's starting to cook up really nice. It's not quite done either. One good thing, let me show you something. Let me show them something, Tommy.
Okay.
When you're cooking with multiple pizzas in an oven, you want to stagger them, so because the heat's coming to the bottom of the pizza to cook that dough. So I've got my chicken bacon ranch here, and I've got my meat pizza here, and both of them are directly getting heat from the bottom of the oven. And of course we have our liquid smoke here, providing a smoky flavor in the air. It's a cheap way to go about making a wood-fired pizza.
What about sides like garlic bread or cheesy bread or?
Well, you can do the same thing. So I'll tell you a quick recipe for a cheesy bread. So you're going to take the sauce and you'll put it on the side. Okay, first of all. All right. You're going to make a dough, and you're going to use like 2 doughs together and make your bread flat inside of a pan, in a flat pan. Take olive oil, brush it on top, and then you can put cheese on top of that. No red sauce yet. The red sauce comes when you serve the meal. You add the red sauce on the side, like a Mariana. Don't use Mariana sauce. Use this red sauce, and have the people take apart that bread and dip it in the Mariana sauce. I tell you what, they'll always be happy, and you will be too, because you'll have happy customers. Pizza's just about done. You're gonna love this stuff. It's looking really good. So I was talking about my dad. He's a fireman, and the way they figured out who was going to cook. I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again. So my dad was a line fireman, a combat fireman in Las Vegas. During the day, they would train, and they would also play some sports. Basketball, volleyball, you name it, ping pong, anything, depending on the weather. At the end of the day, they would split into teams, and the winning team, they would compete by playing cards. And the cards that they would play was usually gin rummy. The winner of the gin rummy tournament got to cook, and the losers got to do dishes. So the losing team had to do dishes and had to go do the shopping. So my dad was probably the best card shark at gin rummy. And he would sit there and he would play gin rummy. And I can't believe, you know, I've never seen anybody get to 500 quicker than him in my life. But that's just kind of, he did that because he loved to cook too. And so a lot of my passion for cooking comes from my dad. My mom, God bless her, she was a great cook, but my dad really excelled at cooking for a large family. We had 6 kids, and mom and dad and grandma stayed over quite a bit. So he really excelled at providing food for a large group of people. So let's check these pizzas real quick. So here we go. We're going to drain a little bit of the sauce off. Now, whenever you take a pizza out of the oven, you let it sit for a few minutes, okay? Because what's happening is if you go ahead and go try to cut that right now, I guarantee you it's going to flail apart. But you want to check the bottom of the pizza. How's that look? Done? That's done. All right. So we have on this pizza, like I said, we have pancetta, we have bacon, we have beef, we have pepperoni. Good pizza. Okay? And then the other pizza, going to come out of the oven right now, is a chicken bacon ranch. And then this one here, we have chicken, we have bacon, we have ranch dressing as a base. We're going to take a look at that and see if that looks really good right there. What do you think?
Yeah.
There's some good pizza here. I'll tell you what, boys. You know what? We're going to enjoy this pizza tonight, and you're going to wish you were here. And one of the things that you can smell on this pizza is that smoky flavor. So, we've made an all-meat pizza tonight, and we've made a chicken bacon ranch pizza tonight. Woo! Doggies! Piece of good stuff. You all come back now, you hear?
Well, thank you for showing up, guys.
All right.
Appreciate it. We're going to eat some pizza. Have a good night. We'll see you later.